All right.
All right.
Welcome to Mini Heroes Digest. We've got quite a set of stories today. So
Yeah, and I have quite a fireball in my mouth.
I'm gonna get one, and I'm gonna say let's go ahead and just get started.
Okay.
Atomic Heart.
Look at that thing.
Yes, so this is a game that many have described as a Bioshock-like game or a Fallout-inspired game. It takes place in an alternate timeline, 1955 in the USSR, the Soviet Union, where robots are in charge. You play as a I believe it's a Marine. Let me get it pulled up, but. You play as basically someone who fights against the robots.
Yeah, this game, it is one of those games that's getting really popular around, like, YouTube channel, like gaming YouTube channels and, like, Twitch streams and everything. It's a game that's getting its own fair share of controversy.
Yeah, it's got
a lot.
At least 3 major controversies. So... just making sure. Alright, so the first big controversy is its Russian ties, obviously. So given that it takes place in a alternate version of 1955 Soviet Russia, it makes sense that there's pro-USSR propaganda. However, given this current geopolitical climate...
Because, the war in the Ukraine is still going on.
Yeah, it's been a year. So, many view that as problematic, especially Ukraine. Mundfish, which is the studio developing and publishing the game, is originally out of Moscow, a fact they haven't really publicly acknowledged, though they do have offices outside of Russia. And one of the biggest investors for Atomic Heart is GEM, or GEM Capital. They are not only involved in raising capital for the game, but marketing. There's a lot that they're involved in.
Yeah.
And they're also heavily tied to the Russian energy market. Now, Mundfish put out a response to the growing questions of their stance on the Ukrainian war. And they said, "We want to assure you that Mundfish is a developer and studio with a global team focused on an innovative game and is undeniably a pro-peace organization against violence against people. We do not comment on politics or religion. Rest assured, we are a global team focused on getting Atomic Heart into the hands of gamers everywhere. We do not and will not condone contributors or spammers with offensive, hateful, discriminatory, violent, or threatening language or content."
I will say it is worth noting that there is plenty of, average ordinary people in Russia that are completely against the war in Ukraine. And I wouldn't be shocked if there's a majority of people that are over at Mundfish that are shaken and shocked or disgusted by what their own government is doing with their neighbors in Ukraine.
But if they speak out, they can get jail time.
Yes. So this is where I'm not directly pointing the fingers at the regular just people working at Mundfish, because they're just probably this game was probably in development for years now, way before
2017 was when it was first announced.
Oh man, so this is way before any of this was going on.
This was before COVID.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine working at that studio like that. You're trying to just make a good, solid, post-apocalyptic robot game, and you got hit with not only a worldwide pandemic, but also your home country is invading your neighboring country. That's gotta...
It's just what?
Yeah, just one terrible thing after another.
And so Ukraine, for their part, has asked that the game be pulled from Ukrainian game stores because of the aforementioned USSR propaganda.
Yeah.
However, Russian ties are not their only controversy.
Oh boy, oh they are not.
sex slave robots. I don't know why I censored this when I didn't censor it here, but oh well. So there are these twin robots that they were originally dancers in the game. They were reprogrammed to be sexual slaves. And they are also the bodyguards of one of the high-ranking Russians. So they're clearly sexually abused and they're bad. So there have been comparisons to a political leader, Yulia Tymoshenko.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. And really, to be honest, the only big comparison is the hair, and the hairstyle is not uniquely hers.
I mean, yes. I mean, there's a part of me that was thinking, like, this must be a popular style in Europe, or at least in countries like Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah.
But obviously, as part of the timing is not great.
Yes.
The timing is absolutely terrible.
However, I think what we should remember is this game was in development prior to the war. So this similarity is not a statement on the war, because in all likelihood the design was developed before 2022.
Yeah.
It is an unfortunate comparison. Focus Entertainment, which is involved with Munfish in distributing the game, they have yet to comment on the similarities.
I think that'd be one they would jump on immediately, being like, "No, of course not. We didn't base it off of her. We're just a hairstyle we thought would look cool on a robot. You know, like it's just coincidence." Like, I would have thought again. You would think that'd be the one they'd also want to tackle, being like, "No, we're not trying to say anything about another Ukrainian politician. It's just a hairstyle."
You keep talking about that. There's something I wanted to look up.
Oh, I mean, there's again not a big expert on either Russia or Ukraine, so I can't say a whole lot. But yeah, it just like I feel we're about to cover something up next that I think has a bit more of a bite to it than the other two. I think you know what I mean. But yeah, it's...
So right now, we don't know for sure if the robots were based off of her. I want to say it's not likely, but there's no solid evidence to go either way.
Yeah.
But it is entirely possible.
This is one time where being son is actually not helping Mudfish.
And it's just possible they, you know, because this was pointed out on February 21st. It's the 25th.
Okay.
So the next one is a racist portrayal. And again, before we continue, I want to say that the portrayal isn't something that they made themselves or that they're actively like pushing on you, but it's still there. It's like Song of the South.
Yeah.
So the save rooms in the game play episodes from a show that translates to You Wait, which is a 1969 Russian cartoon, which is already like the wrong year for the game.
I was about to say, like, didn't you say that the time of that was supposed to be 1955? So that would not have existed.
Yeah.
So that is on them then.
Yeah, it's inaccurate, and I can't say the word, but it's out of time.
But
So episode 12, Museum, has a racist depiction of an African tribesman shooting an arrow. And as you can see on the screen, we are not showing that portrayal because we don't want to... I mean, we want to bring attention to the fact that it exists, but we don't want to partake in spreading the imagery.
We can just talk about it, but not actually show it. You know, I think that's a...
So this is just a stamp from the 1988... 1980s.
So that's also inaccurate, but the point being...
No, this isn't from the game, sorry. I got this from Wikipedia.
Okay, well...
Anyway.
The point being is...
poor choice.
Well, yes, the 50s were not a pleasant time for anyone with skin tone darker than ours. But at the same time, there is ways to delicately bring things like that up. Or at least, mention it, or at least be aware of it. But from what I'm hearing, again, it just sounds like it's just from a museum that you just
so
go through.
it's just from an episode of that show, and it's not something that's a main part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to say that I'm more willing to give them the benefit of the doubt in this case, because the game takes place in a world that is evil. Obviously evil.
Yeah.
And this kind of shows the mindset of the world that they're showing. It is unfortunate still that it exists.
Yeah, but at the same time,
And
there's probably better ways to
There are better ways to do that, yes.
And again, the cartoon is from 1969.
Yeah, that's
wherein the story is supposed to take place in the mid 50s, so that is them adding that is their own fault. That's something,
it's their fault for adding it. Yeah. But also, this is also a universe where robots rule the USSR, so 1969 is not that weird. But yeah. No.
Yeah.
Bad portrayal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So finally, we're out of the dark.
Well, we're in a weird spot right now because granted, it's not super big. Okay, it's kind of big news to me as a kid of the '90s and a kid of Sega. It is weird that a monument in Japan, or an area in Japan that was the Sega building, is not only gone, but it's now been replaced by Bandai Namco. But also, Bandai Namco is one of the biggest gaming companies in the world. They are what Sega wanted to be, and that's the truth.
So, this is actually Bandai Namco's first arcade in Akihabara. Say it?
Akihabara. I'm doing this with a fireball in my mouth. Okay, so please forgive me.
So, the building is being refurbished by Bandai Namco, and they also have plans to have smaller stores surrounding the arcade. Yeah. The arcade is planned to open March 1st, barring any unforeseen circumstances. And
I have no money to go there to check it out, so don't ask me what they got. All right. But we do, we were doing just made this PlayStation State of Play video. Has it already been... I know it's not out now, but I'm all of this recording.
In real life, we've made the PlayStation State of Play video. It has not been released yet. It'll be released after this video, later this week.
So my plan was we'd cover that. Then we talk about the death of Tohru Okada, who did do the jingle they use here in a lot of PlayStation games. PlayStation, the console.
It's so actually, it's not. That's not the one he wrote.
What?
So he actually created that little. Here, let me pull it up on my phone.
One article said he was the guy that did that.
Yeah. So people have been misunderstanding this.
Okay.
And I misunderstood it at first too.
I apologize too, but
also this isn't. I'm not trying to diminish his, what he did.
Yeah.
But it's a. Damn it! Here we go. That little chunk.
That okay. It's still an important PlayStation.
Oh yeah, it's still iconic.
Yeah.
And his contributions can't be ignored.
Yeah.
Even if that seems like such a small thing.
But you do think of Sony and PlayStation.
Yeah, every small thing adds up. Mm-hmm. He was also a founding member of a rock group called the Moon Riders.
Which is awesome.
Which is, interestingly enough, he worked... One of his band members is the person who composed a lot of the Mother music, the Earthbound music.
Nice.
Or at least worked on some of the tracks for the original.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Okada passed away February 14th due to heart failure at the age of 73.
Yeah.
And it is always
So
sad to see someone go.
So he must have been like 43 or something when he was making that, because those commercials were coming out in the 90s. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't think anybody that's like middle aged can't be cool. They can make the frickin' like awesome sounds at PlayStation and stuff.
I mean, a lot of people don't get started until they're older, but nobody ever really points that out.
No. So I say thank you so much, Tohru. You have, hoping that we always remember your boom forever and ever.
One last boom.
Yep.
For the homies.
Mm-hmm.
So, Scalpers. They're fun. We love Scalpers. Oh my god, Scalpers, I aspire to be just like you.
I am thankful I got my copy before this stuff happened.
Or am I just acting?
So, okay. Me being a massive Metroid Prime fan, or Metroid fan in general.
Hold that thought. Buster, I'm sorry, buddy, but hush.
I'm talking about Metroid now.
I dropped something, that's why he's barking. Alright, go ahead.
Okay. So...
You're fine.
Okay, please don't. Okay.
Everything okay?
We're fine, we're good.
Just hush the dogs up.
No? Dogs out?
No, hush them up!
No! Okay.
Anyway.
I feel like I'm cursed or something.
Go ahead.
Okay, no. Alright, so... As I was saying, Metroid Prime Remastered, it released its physical copies on February 22nd. I got mine, playing it, loving it, and I'm super happy that, yes, I am kind of glad their demand is high and it's selling pretty well. Unfortunately, there comes with the unfortunate reality of scalpers. Scalpers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of them are selling copies for upwards to $100. As you can see from this screenshot I took today.
Yep.
I took this a couple hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. 9 watched this in the last 24 hours. 9 people are desperate enough for it. And Nintendo's just going to release more. They've done this before.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that Scalpers were going to make it so you couldn't get the Super Mario 3D, All-Stars 3D, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And for a while, it was still there, available in Walmart.
I got it. That's how I got it. I got it like in April or something like that. It was still in pretty good condition. And
I got a launch date.
Yeah, I mean...
Digitally.
That was your Metroid Prime Remastered, okay? So this I had to get in as soon as possible, or at least the physical copy.
I bought this.
Oh, good.
Digitally, but
well, I got
it for $22. I had $17 worth of gold coins. It was crazy.
Yeah, but can you hold Metroid Prime in your hands?
Yes, it's called the Switch in handheld mode.
Okay, you got me there.
But no, I know what you mean. There are certain games that you want physically to hold. Be like, I'm a proud owner of this.
Yes.
Plus, there's that whole things can be removed from digital storefronts. We talked about that last week.
Yes, I did.
So we don't need to get into it again. But yeah, that said, the game is still available digitally for $40. And my hand's probably not pointing at the right thing, but oh well.
Okay, well, this is what happens when you do new technology.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah, as I said, I picked this because, well, letting y'all worry about scalpers and everything, but also it does, in a weird sort of sadistic way, it warms my heart that there is such a demand for Metroid Prime to let Nintendo know people want this franchise. People want more Metroid. So don't let this franchise don't let's go through another 10 years of nothing Metroid. Please.
Honestly, the amount of Metroid you can play on the Switch has increased dramatically in like just the last couple of years.
I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Evo 2023.
Yes!
So, unlike most of the people here, we shower. I'm just kidding. It's not a Smash Brothers competition or Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually, I joke about Yu-Gi-Oh! But they do have regulations where if you're not hygienic enough, you can get kicked out of a tournament. And that is just brilliant. It's smart. And that is why Xander can't play in Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments. No, that's mean. I'm sorry, Xander.
I'm glad you said it, not me. And I do like Xander. I really do.
He doesn't shower enough, but he's a kid. It's kind of their thing. Anyway, EVO 2023. So first off, they said that there's going to be a 25,000 minimum prize pool for each tournament. Mm-hmm. It'll take place in LA, August 4th.
It's Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Las Vegas, August 4th to the 6th of this year, 2023. And they're going to have these 8 games. Street Fighter 6, Guilty Gear Strive. Is that Strive?
Strive, yes. That's the one most people have played.
Dragon Ball Fighters Z, Tekken 7, King of Fighters 15, Melty Blood, something Lumina.
Yeah, I don't know what the thing behind it, but it's Melty Blood.
Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yes.
And it is presented by Chipotle.
That was weird because I actually did see the live announcements, and it was like you had like 3 different tables of like just the guys announcing these, and each of those tables had like cups of chips, and 3 cups of chips and 2 cups of some kind of sauce on each table. It just felt weird. There was no burrito or nothing, but just like they got the chips. But I get it. Aw, technical difficulty?
No, so I'm actually looking something up because they accidentally announced something.
Oh, Mortal Kombat 12.
That's right.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat 12. Mm-hmm. Where's the video?
There it is. It's not a whole lot. It's just like David Zaslav has done like an interview thing. Like, oh yeah, we're definitely doing a Mortal Kombat 12.
All
and
right,
also...
So, just listen to this.
Yep.
Power on. Auxiliary in.
Mortal Kombat 12.
Hold on.
And Suicide Squad.
That one thing was not supposed to happen there.
And there's lots more to come.
That's
including the highly anticipated Mortal Kombat 12 and Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Games also set for release this year with ambitious launch projections.
So yeah, Mortal Kombat 12's announced in like the most low-key manner for a game of that caliber.
I mean, it does feel weird. It has been a long time since Mortal Kombat 11 came out, and we had not heard any news from either 12 or Injustice 3. Oh, and there are some people that were like, come on, Ultimate Injustice 3, man. We've all been waiting for that one, man. Come on. And people were thinking like we would get Injustice 3 first before Mortal Kombat 12 because they were doing a pattern of Injustice, then Mortal Kombat, then Injustice, then Mortal Kombat. But apparently not. Apparently they're going to do another Mortal Kombat, which I'm not complaining, but it was a long time since Mortal Kombat 11 came out, and the fact that are they saying it's coming out this year?
They did say this year,
but we've not seen any trailers, no announcements.
Well, it's only February.
I know, but it's like, are they gonna wait till the very end of Christmas to release this new game? Like, because you would have thought they would have released some kind of tease or some kind of promotional thing, just get everybody like talking like, oh man, Mortal Kombat 12, it's happening. But that was like the most. Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat 12, that's happening. Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, so that is gonna be it for this episode.
I know. I think I had planned the state of play in the same video as this, but you had other ideas.
So the state of play video is almost an hour long.
Yeah.
So we decided it would be best to have it be a separate little video.
That's fine with me.
So until next time, stay cool.
Yeah!